Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I start off, I gotta tell you, I've already tried this last year, and some of you guys might have seen on my Instagram or Facebook story, I had a boat that I was starting to work on. I was super pumped about that boat. I filmed a bunch of stuff with it. The boat itself would have been a really nice boat, solid boat, but the bottom of it was just so beat up. I took the ribbing apart, straightened everything back out, pounded all the dents out of it. The problem was there was 2 or 3 spots where there was literal holes through the hull that I could like stick my fingers through. My welder, because it's a spool gun, was just way too much. It was blowing right through the thin wall of the hull. So I couldn't get a solid weld on it, really. I could get it patched up, but I wasn't confident that it was gonna hold. And the bottom had just been beat up so bad that like all the rivets were leaking. I rebucked all the rivets. I didn't get it to where I wanted it to go, and I just got sick of messing with it, so I sent it down the road. I wanted to start with a new hull that's not leaking. So that's what we did. I've been looking for the last couple years for a nice project boat, and man, when you guys see this boat, you're gonna wonder why the heck I bought this. Well, I'll have to explain it. So let's pull this thing out of the garage. I'll show you what I got for a boat, talk to you about what we're gonna do to it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna film this, if I should make it sort of a series where we do sections of the boat and I'll post it, and then maybe at the end of the build, I'll just make it all one big video as well so you can watch it all there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So let me pull this thing out and I'll show you what we got. Here it is. I think I have quite easily bought the most ugly boat on Facebook Marketplace. Here it is. Look at this thing. Somebody absolutely murdered this thing out with Krylon Fusion, baby. I'm calling it the Krylon Killer. It's really too bad, honestly, because it's a pretty sick boat other than the paint job. So what we got here is a 14-foot smoker craft. You can still see some of the logo here. It's a Voyager, it's called. It's on a yacht club trailer. The trailer is actually pretty nice. I don't think that's going to need really any work except for some new bunks. It's got some bench seats in here. It's actually a pretty solid little boat. The guy said it doesn't leak. Comes with some seats. And comes with a really nice Honda 20 horse. And this is the reason I bought this boat. I paid $2,000 for this, if you can believe it. It seems like a lot, but honestly, if it wasn't for the paint job, the guy probably could have sold it for like $3,500 to $4,000. Because of the paint job, he's having a hard time selling it. So I offered him quite a bit less than what he was asking, and he took it. Kind of wanted to make this like a boat flip video where I bought it, flipped it, sold it. But I'm kind of getting a little attached to this boat. I wasn't gonna go too crazy with it. I'm still not, but like I keep thinking up stuff that I want to do to it. You guys know I sold the Trout tracker this past year, so I need something. It looks bad. It just looks bad. So what I want to do with this basically is, I'm probably not going to do much back here, but I'd like to take this out, flat deck all the way up to here, and then from this bench forward have a raised deck, like a casting platform. And then you guys know, if you've followed the channel long enough, I like to wrap some of my boats, which I could do with this, but I think we're going to paint it. The biggest thing is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this Honda, because it's like destroyed with spray paint. So we might end up painting it to match the boat, or just repainting it silver and putting new decals on it. I'm not sure. You guys can see I stripped a little bit of paint off with some acetone the other night. I'm gonna take some elbow grease to do that. But what's actually nice is I had bought a bunch of stuff to flip that other boat, so all of that stuff will go on to this one, so I won't have to buy a bunch of extra stuff. I already have it. This boat actually came with a few things. Obviously it has the gas tank, comes with a battery, which is probably shot. I'm gonna get rid of that and use lithium. I have a couple lithium batteries in my garage that's been kicking around. Came with some seats, which I probably won't use those either. Take those off. The guy did deck the front over, but I'm gonna take that out and redo it up higher. He did replace the hubs on the trailer. We got some pieces here. Threw in a couple life jackets, which are pretty grody, a spare tire, and there is a Lowrance fish finder on here, which he said has lake maps on it, which is kind of cool. So we'll probably leave that on there if it works. He gave me this motor stand, which is awesome. I've been trying to get one of these, so it came with this, so I can pop that off, put it on here and work on that. Also came with a stern mount Minn Kota, which I'm gonna sell. It should work out pretty good, but I gotta see if I can get this motor off here. How heavy this dang thing is gonna be, I might have to get some help, I'm not sure. Everything that I'm using to build this boat, from the paint to the stencils to the bilge pump, switches, electrical stuff, it's all gonna be linked down in the description below if you guys want to find any of the stuff that I'm using so you can use it yourself. Oh no, not good. All right, we gotta use all the power. All the power, man. Woo! All right, so I've stripped most of the stuff out here. I'm gonna take this deck out of here now. Yep, that's easy. It's not leaking. I'm surprised that this little screwed in thing here works. I'm actually gonna remove this and rivet it and seal it back up and do something else, but that's not leaking, the plug's not leaking, nothing's leaking. I love it. I'm not gonna frame the whole deck, but I'm just gonna do the sides that need to be riveted through the hull because I want, like I said, I want to be able to paint the rivets. I guess I made the call. I'm taking this bench out. We'll see how bad it is. I'm gonna do it the right way and drill out these rivets because I can put new ones back in, no problem. If for some reason I can't get this stiff enough, we can always pop this back in. No big deal, really. So I'll pull it out, see how bad it is, see if we can make a brace for this. Then we gotta start cleaning this thing up. Like that. So just looking at this and giving it the old shake test, it's not really moving all that much. It moved some before with the seat in there, so I think if I can put a brace in here just to help stabilize that a little bit, I think we'll be good. Leave your comments. I know I wouldn't have done it that way. Guess what? You weren't here to tell me. So put this angle aluminum on here and replaced what held those rod holders on. Cut a piece of aluminum to go down at an angle and I riveted it on. I might run a bead, I might weld it right here when we get ready to, but I want to be able to remove it if I have to at this point. Those rivets are pretty damn strong, so that'll go down here and we're gonna do the same thing over there, somehow connect the two across or tie it into our subfloor. Should give us a little bit more strength. Probably not as much as the bench seat did, but it should do something. All right, so I'm a little bit desperate with this thing. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna repaint the whole thing, but if I can get some of this paint off or all of it, maybe we could just leave it the way it is. But I'm gonna run the old oven cleaner, spray this on, let it sit for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so and see if it does anything, see if it ruins anything. But I guess if it does, we'll repaint it. Let's just see. I'll test it on this lower unit part here. Stuff I got on the plastic, oh, comes right off. Mint. How about down here? Oh, dude. Epic. Come on. All right. Maybe we don't have to repaint it. All right, I'm pretty pumped right now. That's a lot of work that I'm not gonna have to do. Huh. Look at this motor, dude. It cleaned up really good. I think using that oven cleaner kind of took off a lot of the like clear coat or finish maybe. It seems kind of dull, but man, that was way easier than potentially, you know, using like acetone scrubbing or repainting it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just leave it. I might paint it, but I'm not gonna decide right now. It looks pretty decent, honestly, and it runs really good, so I'm happy with that. All right, not the worst thing I've ever done. Definitely not the best. You can see where all the stickers were. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Looks pretty good. Actually wasn't too bad. Probably took me like 30 minutes to get all those off. I'm gonna go do the other side. And then we gotta figure out what we're gonna do as far as prepping this thing before we paint it. Okay, so I think sort of for a trial run for the outside, I'm gonna take that oven cleaner because I got some more of it. I'm gonna try it on the inside. I'm just gonna spray it. I'm gonna vacuum all this stuff out first, and I'm gonna just spray it everywhere that is gonna show. Like I'm probably not gonna do down in here. I don't really care, but we'll spray all this, let it sit, and just see if we can get it off with a pressure washer. And that way I can just sand this lightly if I even have to. It's pretty gritty anyway, because we are gonna paint this the same color as the boat. So I'm gonna try that. If it works, we'll probably use it on the outside, and I assume it's gonna work pretty good. And I would love to get like this off and return it back to natural aluminum looking. So I got the sides good enough for now. I really want to focus on getting all of this off. We also got to get after this trailer a little bit. It's got a little overspray. They must have painted the boat right on the trailer. We'll maybe clean that up a little bit and put some new bunks on there. That one's not bad, but this one's pretty much had it. She's rotted right out on the back, so we'll do that. Well, I'd say that one needed to be replaced. Yikes. right, so I got the bottom all sanded down and I did hose it off with a pressure washer. I'm gonna have to wipe it with, I think they said like white vinegar and then maybe like acetone after, before I actually paint it. But I'm gonna flip it over, put it back on the trailer so I can get it in and out of the garage now, and we'll do the sides and the inside, clean it all, and then we should be ready to paint it here. Paint should be here within a couple days, so should be ready to do that when it gets here. Also got the trailer all spiffed up, brand new bunks, brand new plate holder because the other one was rusted. It's just an old piece of mud flap, and sanded off some of the surface rust that was underneath that axle, repainted that, got some of the paint off of this that was on here. Maybe we'll figure that out. I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it. It's probably fine. This boat's so light that it doesn't matter. Oh, I did get a new tire because the spare that he gave me was leaking. 30 bucks, got a new tire put on there. I'm gonna work on sanding the outside of the boat. I'm not gonna show you guys the whole thing because it's pretty boring. Alumahawk does recommend, if you have bare aluminum, which we have on the bottom and pretty much have on the side now, there's a little bit of paint, but they said to use 80 grit, which I just hit it with 120 and did the whole bottom, and I'm gonna use the same thing up here and call her good. Alright, so that was not fun at all. I had to take a wire wheel. To where all the stickers were. So not only did I sand everything, I also wire wheeled the upper part of this and down here where the sticker used to be, and then sanded it. So that was a lot of work that I didn't really want to do. So I think before I go ahead and paint this thing, I'm going to build a little box to go here to put my switch panel in, because we're going to have power to a fish finder. I'm going to put nav lights on front and rear. The trolling motor will be on a separate battery up in the front, so I'm not going to mess with that. And we're going to have a bilge pump. I'm just going to do it because bailing this thing out would suck. So we're going to have an automatic bilge pump. So I need 4 switches. So I ordered the switch. And I think what I'm going to do is take this rod holder off. I don't even know if I'll use these rod holders. I might be able to save this one and put the other one up there to kind of get a couple rods in here. But I'm going to take this off and build a box right here. Frame it in with angle aluminum. And then I'm going to take this old seat, cut some pieces out of that, and rivet it and make a box so we can put all of our electrical and switch panel all inside of that. Alright, so I kind of temporarily got this mocked up. I got to put rivets through here soon, but there's kind of the base of the tray that we're making. I'm going to sheet this over with a piece of aluminum right now because I don't want water coming up through here. I think I'm just going to use some conduit here, drill a hole for that to go through, and we'll run all of our electrical up into that box that way so water won't get in as easily. Put that right in. Just like that. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. By the way, this is not pretty, but this is where my electrical will come up through. I'll put a little piece of conduit on here. It'll be gray to match the color of the boat. We'll go down. All of our electrical will come up into here. I'll have a little bus bar. Probably put the shut off right here. This is no masterpiece by any means, but should do the job. You may be wondering why I didn't just center that or make it bigger. Well, I'm planning on mounting my fish finder here that came with this boat. It's a small Lowrance, and it was mounted here before, so I'll just mount it and either run the wiring down underneath here or something. But here's the box. It's probably bigger than I needed, but at least it's gonna, you know, it's not like it's taking up any more room because that fish finder is gonna be in there anyway. So this company here, Nylite, they make this switch panel. I already put the stickers on for some of these. I'm going to use electronics, which will be my fish finder, bilge pump, anchor light. I'll probably have a couple more here. but it's not pretty the way that I had to make this fit, but it fits. You can see they don't leave much room there to bolt stuff to. Like, there's not much. If this panel is a little bit wider, you know, not so close to these plugs and stuff, it'd be way easier, but I had to like be really careful what I trimmed. So I don't think I'm gonna do the top yet, but I left these long so I can pound them down over so it has a little bit of like a drip edge to it. I don't know if that's gonna work at all, but there it is. Should work. We'll paint it with the rest of the boat. Alright, let's drill a hole for this bilge. It's gonna go like that, so somewhere down here. Building a little brace for the trolling motor battery so that sits somewhat level. Okay. Boom. Battery tray. Done deal. Alright guys, so that wraps up the first episode of the boat build, the Smoker Craft build. We got everything ready and prepped for paint, so next video we're going to be painting this thing. I'm going to show you guys exactly every step on how to do this paint job. We've done a similar paint job once on Josh's John boat. We did a video on it, but you guys still had a lot of questions, so I'm gonna do a little bit more in depth with this one, and I'm pretty pumped to get some paint on this thing and start looking like a decent boat, because she's looking a little rough right now. And once we get that done, then we can frame up the deck. Then we should be ready to rock, do a little bit of electrical, and we can get out and catch some fish with this thing. So all you boat builders can start chirping me now for all the stuff that I didn't do right. Go ahead, leave it down in the comments below. I don't really care. I don't claim to be a boat builder. It should all work out, and if it doesn't, we'll fix it. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave your comment down below. We gotta come up with a new name, maybe. Or maybe we just leave it Krylon Killa. I don't know. Kind of like it. Catch you guys in the next video.